set?
I think it's recording.
Yep. Call this meeting to the Common Council to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Peachy.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Randall.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Tully. Kraus.
Over here.
Horn.
Here.
Meyer. Here.
Alderman Tully is excused this evening. At this time, we'll entertain public participation. Anyone wishing to address the council may do so. We ask that you please do so. Please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record. See no one?
There is bubble back there. I don't know.
Welcome to me. At this time, I'd like to read a proclamation commemorating the City of Jefferson School Choice Week. Whereas all children in the City of Jefferson should have access to the highest quality education possible, and whereas the City of Jefferson recognizes the important role that an effective education plays in preparing all students in the City of Jefferson to be successful adults. And whereas quality education is critically important to the economic vitality of the City of Jefferson. And whereas the City of Jefferson is home to a multitude of excellent education options from which parents can choose for their children. And whereas educational variety not only helps to diversify our economy, but also enhances the vibrancy of our community. And whereas our area has many high-quality teaching professionals who are committed to educating our children. And whereas School Choice Week is celebrated across the country by millions of students, parents, educators, schools, and organizations to raise awareness of the need for effective educational options. Now therefore, I, Dale Opperman, do hereby recognize January 20th through the 26th, 2019 as the City of Jefferson School Choice Week, and I call on this observance to the attention of all of our citizens. Thank you. This time, move on to resolution number 95, the consent agenda. Alderwoman Byer, please.
Honorable Mayor, council members, and citizens, the City of Jefferson Resolution number 95. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the consent agenda for January 2nd, 2019 is hereby adopted. Vouchers payable for December 2018 in the amounts of $486,570, and vouchers payable for January 2019 in the amounts of $64,342. Payroll summary for December 21st, 2018 in the amounts of $169,188. Council minutes from December 18th, 2018 of the Common Council. Licenses as approved by the Regulatory Committee. Special Class B licenses, taxi cab license, ground, cab, nor no operator's license. I would so move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Miller. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approval of the consent agenda, please signify by saying aye as Sarah calls your name. No if you're opposed.
Alderman Miller.
I abstain from the minutes.
Randall.
Aye.
Myers.
Aye.
Kraus.
Aye.
Horn.
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye, and I abstain from the minutes.
And Peachy.
Aye. 5 ayes, 2 abstentions. Number 5, proposed ordinance number 1-19, an ordinance to amend conditional uses of business, highway district neighborhood business, and central business district. Alderman Miller, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, fellow council members, and citizens. City of Jefferson ordinance number 1-19. The Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin hereby ordains as follows. 1. Section 300-29, parent F of the City of Jefferson Code of Ordinances is repealed in its entirety and restated as follows. Single or multiple dwelling units on the second, third, or higher floor of a principal structure in which the ground floor is devoted to business or commercial use in the BHN Highway Neighborhood Business District. Number 2, Section 300-29, parent H of the City of Jefferson Code of Ordinances is hereby repealed in its entirety. Number 3, this ordinance shall take effect after passage, publication, and attestation as required by law. Yes,
This is a first reading.
this is the first reading.
Thank you. Next, we'll have a review and recommendation, possible action on the Jefferson Award. This is a creation of a new community service award called the Jefferson Award. The goal would be to recognize the efforts of a person, business, or organization that have made a significant positive impact on the quality of life in Jefferson. The process would be in December of each year. The mayor would nominate a potential recipient, subject to approval and confirmation by the city council. The award then would be presented at the annual dinner of the Jefferson Chamber of Commerce. For the award, the city would erect a plaque in City Hall listing the annual award winners, and the recipient would receive an individual plaque recognizing the award. For the 2019 award, I would nominate the Jefferson Live Music Foundation in recognition of the organization presenting live music events in downtown Jefferson on a regular basis during the summer months and installing a colorful display of lights at Rotary Waterfront Park during the holiday season. So I would ask that the council consider number 1, establishing the Jefferson Award, and 2, approving the Jefferson Live Music Foundation as the 2019 recipient.
I moved that the city of Jefferson create the Jefferson Award Program as described by Mayor Opperman to be awarded annually.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Kraus. Any discussion? On a voice vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no? It's unanimous. Thank you. And we would
Do we do a recommendation for the Music Foundation as the first recipient? Have it so moved.
It's been moved.
And second.
Seconded by Mrs. Byer. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of Jefferson Live Music Foundation being awarded the first recipient of the Jefferson Award, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next, resolution number 96, Charter Cable Spectrum Charter Cable Grant Easement Agreement. Alderman Peachy, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor Opperman, fellow council members, citizens of Jefferson. City of Jefferson, resolution number 96. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that it herein approves the Charter Cable Grant Easement Agreement. This was discussed at Finance, and we're doing it at $10 per running foot for a total of 353 feet. I would so move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Randall. Any discussion?
Has this come up in the past where we have an easement, we charge for the easement?
I honestly don't know what you've done in the past. This is something you should consider going forward, though.
Okay.
We have in the past for utility easements, especially if there's a situation where they have to put something in a park or dig something up. There's a value to that.
Well, the value that charters bring us, from what I understand, was for the sheriff's department. They were bringing them through the cable system. And in that situation, I don't believe that we should be charging them the $10 a square or linear foot.
Okay. Any other comments? Hearing none. All in favor of approval of the agreement with Charter Cable as presented, please signify by saying aye as Sarah calls your name, and all for opposed.
Alderman Randall.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Kraus.
Aye.
Horn.
Nay.
Byer.
Aye.
Peachy.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Passes 6-1. Next, we'll move on to resolution number 97, the purchase of a 2019 Jefferson Police Department squad car. Alderman Kraus, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, fellow council members, and citizens of Jefferson. City of Jefferson Resolution Number 97. Whereas Police Chief Pileggi recently solicited bids from 5 area automobile dealerships and received 2 bid quotes for bids on a squad car for the Jefferson Police Department, and is recommending acceptance of the low bid from Griffin Motors of Jefferson, Wisconsin, for the purchase of a 2019 Dodge Durango all-wheel drive SUV pursuit vehicle in the amount of $31,229. And whereas the fiscal year 2019 City of Jefferson Capital Improvement Project and Equipment Replacement Budget includes an appropriation in the amount of $36,000 to fund the purchase of the 2019 squad car vehicle and the associated costs of outfitting and equipping the vehicle. Whereas the Jefferson Finance Committee has reviewed Chief Pileggi's recommendation and is recommending the purchase of the 2019 Dodge Durango all-wheel drive SUV pursuit vehicle in the amount of $31,229. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that herein authorizes the purchase of 2019 Dodge Durango all-wheel drive SUV pursuit vehicle for the Jefferson Police Department from Griffin Motors of Jefferson, Wisconsin, in the amount of $31,229. I would so move.
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderwoman Boyer. Discussion.
Mayor, this was unanimous at finance.
Thank you. Chief, did you have anything that you'd like to add about the squad?
I looked at 5 different dealerships, I sent out emails, I talked with Attorney Rogers to make sure we were within our purchasing policy, and I was, and as it turns out that Griffin Motors came in about $237 less than all the Commonwealth for this spot.
Good.
Chief, does this price include the outfitting, the equipment and everything?
No, it does not. No, it does not. We're going to have to get it off. Then we use Pelco for their Queenette. They have fitted the squad for us, the current Durango that we have.
You can transfer up there.
Whatever equipment we can transfer, we will. We were awarded a $4,000 equipment grant from the Department of Transportation for our participation in Click It or Ticket. With that, I'm going to buy one of the cages for it and also a radar for it.
Thank you.
Any other questions of the chief? If not, all in favor of the purchase, please signify by saying aye. Sarah calls her name, all feel approved.
Lars.
Aye.
Kraus.
Aye.
Horn.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Peachy.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Brandon.
Aye.
It's unanimous, thank you. Resolution number 98, the Tomorrow's Hope contract. Alderman Horn, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, council members, and citizens of Jefferson. City of Jefferson Resolution number 98, whereas Tomorrow's Hope has approached the City of Jefferson to consider holding its annual Hope Fest on July 20th, 2019, and whereas Tomorrow's Hope is in existence solely to foster health-related research, education, and support activities that have a direct impact on individuals in our local health care service area. And whereas Tomorrow's Hope has submitted the special event permit, which has been approved by staff, and whereas Tomorrow's Hope is requesting to begin setting up in the park and surrounding areas on Wednesday, July 17th, and whereas Tomorrow's Hope is requesting that South Garner Avenue from West Milwaukee Street to West Linden Drive and a portion of West Linden Drive be closed to vehicular traffic, and whereas Tomorrow's Hope is requesting an exception to section 204-2 park hours of the municipal code to allow activity in Rotary Waterfront Park until midnight. And whereas Tomorrow's Hope will have all vendors submit permits for sales of goods in the right-of-way, whereas Tomorrow's Hope will submit the proper paperwork for a special Class B picnic license, and now therefore be resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that herein approves and ratifies a special event permit between the City of Jefferson and Tomorrow's Hope to conduct Hope Fest 2019 in the downtown area, including street, right-of-way, Rotary, Waterfront Park, and Stop and Bach Park. I so move.
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second?
Second by Alderman Randall. Any discussion?
I stopped down and I talked with Barb today, and she's really excited. She made a few tweaks from last year, and of course, she's very excited to bring it again down the Rotary Park.
Good, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the resolution number 98, please signify by saying aye. Sarah calls your name.
Alderman Kraus.
Aye.
Horn.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Peachy.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Mr. Brandon.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Thank you, it's unanimous. Resolution number 99 has been removed from tonight's agenda. That may come back at a future meeting. Number 12, a discussion on a community investment grant. Tim.
I'm going to be brief, but I just wanted to let you know that this is a grant that we're developing. I gave you what won't be the final draft of it, but it's pretty far along. If you want to read it, great. You'll get the flavor of what we're asking for. It's $250,000, $250,000 in the form of a community development investment grant we'll be submitting to WEDC, hopefully this Friday. That, of course, is part of the capital stack of dollars to convert the former Foremost Buildings facility into approximately 36 historic loft-style, the majority of them loft-style apartments. About a $10 million project, a little more than $10 million that we previously discussed. The one thing that, the only thing I really want to bring to your attention is on page 3. One of the things about this particular grant is that it cannot be written and submitted to fund solely a residential project. So this is primarily a residential project. We needed to introduce some type of commercial aspect into the project. And talking with Ted Matcom, and you met Ted when he was out from Gorman, we originally were really thinking that we would have a small business center offering free internet space to anyone in the public, and not only people that may live there, but anyone from the community in a shared office arrangement that would be segregated and separate from the conversion of the rest of the building to multifamily apartments. Instead, I'm not sure how successful this will end up being, but there will be separate space in that building that will be used as, I'll call it an art incubator space. So anyone that paints, makes pottery, is a maker of anything can use that studio space. That's the commercial component we're going to introduce to make us eligible for the grant. It'll have separate access. They have access to restroom facilities, not only for people that live there, but anyone in the community. Ted is willing to set aside a lot of space for people to display things that they may make, whether it's pottery, it's painting, or any other type of maker. Those things have become pretty popular. And then outside can be used for sculpture, art, anything like that. So I did want to make you aware of that. He will also try to set aside some units. If there's an artist that wants a live-work type arrangement, that's a possibility. I don't know how successful that will be, but one of the reasons he wanted to do that is in early, well, I guess by the time we closed on the arrangement, it was kind of late spring, early summer, but Dennis Pearson purchased the old utility building from the city that sits right across the track. And, you know, I don't know that we ever discussed it, but Dennis is a guy that's a pretty renowned artist for these beasties. If you travel in those circles, you'll know his name. And then, of course, we have Terry Kaufman, who was former president of MIAD. Ted really wanted to consult with those two, as well as Ellen Waldmark, and that's kind of where the idea of this art studio space concept came up. And I don't think we ever discussed that with you. It's something we started talking about shortly before Christmas. But anyway, that's what we're intending to do. If you read through it, it's a really good project. I think our chances are good that we get funding for that. No surety, of course. There are always competitive situations, but you know, if you read through this, it'll give you a flavor for what we're really looking at. So I just wanted to mention that kind of change with that art incubator space.
Any questions for Tim?
Is that going to include, like, are they going to have, like you said, pottery, so they're going to have kilns for them? You know, there will be maker space, so, you know, they wouldn't provide the kilns, but I suppose if someone wanted one, that would be a possibility. You have this big electrical down there that could easily accommodate it, but there will be separate segregated space, separate entrance, you know, for the community to use. And, you know, the goal is to make it for the church.
Any other questions?
Will this need or change anything with the zoning or?
No, we have that, quite a long time ago, that's how long we've been working on that. We changed the zoning from light industrial to mixed use where they can mix those types of uses, residential and commercial use under one roof.
We did give a conditional use permit to Wall.
Yep, for the 36 foot density. Yes, we did.
Tim, what's the cycle, the grant cycle, when will that be awarded?
It's kind of a first come, first serve. I think we get it submitted by Friday. I would think within 60 days, you know, it's reviewed by their underwriting staff, and then there's a committee that makes the final decision. But I would say within 60 days, maybe 45. It'd be a pretty complete application.
So it's very timely that we get a head start on this.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of work to do this year.
A lot of work.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Mr. Peach.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lars. On a voice vote, all in favor of adjourning, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.